Hey everyone, it's Amy. Welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how my Midori Traveler's Notebook from a trip to Hawaii came together. So for the cover, I just put this "Aren't You Lovely" sticker right on the front. And normally I would leave the first page blank, but I had to adhere this tag and a magazine cutout. And here I added some more magazine cutouts along with some stamping. So on my journey, I also read a bunch of magazines and decided to do some stamping, and I stamped the wrong year, as that often happens to me in January. I took some notes on an awesome podcast with Tim Ferriss. I came home and printed off, using my Instax printer, credit card sized photos from my iPhone. And the reason I can't show you that is because I'm actually filming on my iPhone as well. But let me just show you how these pictures turn out. They're really cute, credit card sized photos. And this is what I like to do when I get back if I don't have the printer with me. So you're going to watch some of that process of how I put more stuff on these blank pages. I don't limit the things I put into my book. There's chocolate wrappers, valet tags, business cards, anything that appeals to me. So I know right away that this photo I printed out from Kauai Grill. So I'll go ahead and adhere it right onto this left side of the page. And originally I was thinking I would keep all my photos on the left and all the journaling on the right. But it turns out that I wanted to add a little bit more on the left just to make the book feel complete. There are no rules, so you can see that I've also attached these photos already that were printed while I was in Utah for a different project, so I just stuck them right in here. When I got home, I was able to stamp the right date in, and you can see some blank spaces right here, which I can fill with memorabilia or photos. So that looks pretty good. I'll just stick this down. Sorry about the glare. These photos aren't really glossy, but they're not matte either, so you can see the overhead lights. And here I'm behind on my journaling, but I think that's okay. I may just fill it with photos and some washi tape. I've also got an envelope full of memorabilia that I need to show you as well. And our last full day. I love to do ABCs from every trip. It just kind of makes you write down some funny things using the alphabet, so I'll try to fill that in too. All right, here's my envelope of stuff: business cards, tags, tickets, all kinds of stuff from the hotel. Now, I don't have to use every single thing in this pile. I just thought it would be cool to keep in one place. And then once I go through it, which is now, with the embellishments, then I can get rid of the stuff that I don't want to keep. So I've done some stamping here, good as gold, and I'm going to also add this heck yes. So if you ever go to Kauai, I highly recommend visiting Mermaid Cafe in Kapa'a. It is this awesome little place, and they have the best ahi, what is it called? Ahi nori wrap that I've ever tasted. And JC actually had a focaccia, ahi focaccia, and it was delicious too. The only downfall is that there are these chickens that kind of flock to you and decide to eat with you, which is my little illustration there if you couldn't tell. So I've got this Already Memories washi tape holder. It is great, and it houses a bunch of different tapes. These are the skinny ones from MT, and I think this gold stripe one is MT as well. So I'm just randomly tearing and sticking down to reinforce that photo and to add a little bit of color too. I've got these twin markers from Japan, which I'm sure you can get from other places, but they write really nicely on washi tape. They're by Pilot. Just adding some asterisks and hearts. I've got this Tim Holtz Distress Marker in Cracked Pistachio, and I'm using the brush side of it to fill in these letters that I drew. The original plan was to not add too much color to the black and white side, but it really looks so much better, in my opinion, if I can tie in both sides of the pages to kind of make a layout. So I'm pulling in the teal color on the left side and making sure some of it is shown on the right. Okay, so I've got this Let's Go globe stamp, and I'm taking a chance, and as you can see, I've misstamped because of that business card that I already adhered, but I'm not too worried about it because I'm just going to fill it in with this marker that's about the same color as that ink. I'm not that much of a perfectionist when it comes to things like this because I like the hand stamped look and the hand-drawn look. So the lines don't have to be perfect. Okay, so I say that, but it bothers me that this shows through on this side a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just cover it right up. All right, moving along, flipping through the pages, I can sort of remember what I want to put, and I think that this was, when we first got to the hotel, we were given a map, so I'm just going to tear it and include it into my book. There. So on this side, I'm going to put down this card that we had to take to breakfast, and I'm putting in also the wrapper from our coffee machine that was in our room. I know it's a little random, but I thought it was so cool that we had these espresso capsules that we could put in our Illy coffee maker, and so I kept it. This spread looks about done. So more arranging of photos and just filling in the gaps. The nice thing about doing this at home when you're back with all your supplies is that you have everything right at your fingertips as opposed to taking something with you like a little kit, which I like to do, but this trip was pretty quick and I wanted to enjoy my time there. And so finishing it at home wasn't a big deal to me. All right, so as I'm flipping through, I can see where I need to fill in more blanks, and I'll probably work on this side right here. This was a photo taken right outside of our window. So I'm just looking for things I can include. Here's a cocktail napkin, and I'm just going to tear it and glue it down. Seems sort of random, and it is, but I like including all kinds of things into my paper projects. So I'm just going to make sure that I have most of the edges down. And I love the different textures that you can include in your little books, especially from travels. Grab some more of this wide washi tape and I'm just going to tear it. I love how it's kind of got an ombre effect. Washi tape's great for layering and just kind of going with the flow. Here I've got some stickers. These are from a past collection of mine, and I love that they are see-through and translucent. which I guess is the same thing. And this one says obsessed, which I was pretty much obsessed with the view outside of our window. Adding some stickers. And I decided when I turned to this page that I actually wanted the photo on the other side, so I'm carefully lifting it up, but you can see that it's torn some of the paper below it. I want to put these business cards over on this side. Sometimes I grab two cards from the same place so that I can adhere both sides into my book. This was a really cute boutique that we went to and got JC the hat, and I got a pair of earrings and a cute little whale washi tape dispenser. Going to go ahead and add some journaling with my favorite pen. This is the American Crafts Precision Pen in .03. And on this left side here, I want to include this tag from JC's hat. So I'm just going to tear it and include both the top and the bottom, since I didn't really plan out where I was going to put the photo. But I don't want to move it a second time, so I'm just going to make do. Of course, I'm going to add some more washi tape. That seems like an overall theme in all of my projects, including my mini books, scrapbook pages, and planners. Layering. And probably going to try to incorporate some more stamping too. So I've got space for keeper right there, mounting it on an acrylic block. And I'm going to try this thing where I open up the book so that the page lays flat, add the ink, and stamp it. Turned out great. So another thing you can do with washi tape is kind of fix the back of the pages. As you can see, there's a little bit of bleed through from the stamping. So I'm just going to cover it up with this half strip of gold striped washi tape. Just cute, fun details that you can keep adding to your book when you get home. The last and final touch I'm doing is Meet Me in the Sunshine, which is going right here. Perfect. And here's a look at the finished pages. Personally, I love the eclectic mix of the journaling, stickers, embellishments, and photos, as well as the memorabilia coming together in one place. This is a great way to document travel. By simply taking a notebook and a pen, I prioritized at least 10 to 15 minutes each day journaling. It's a great way to document your memories when they are fresh, and then when you come home, you can print your photos and spend some time finishing it off. Hope you enjoyed watching how this came together and feel inspired to document your adventures in a fun and creative fashion. Thanks for watching.